It's about to start. I thought you were going to miss it.
I know, the lines were long today.
What's wrong?
It got worse last night. It's this sharp pain behind my eyes now.
Oh, honey, what did they say?
They don't know what it is.
You should join us. It's a hard day for all of us.
It had a great dystopian feel while still being a story really centered around this blind pair. I think it really speaks to society now, where there's this understanding where everyone is dealing with this sense of longing and disconnection, and this has all happened to all of us, and we aren't quite sure why or how or what we really did to deserve these things, but we're all dealing with this suffering and this disconnect. And I think you do a great job of setting this tone and keeping it dark, but almost like longing.
It reminded me of an old commercial. Crazy Eddie, how do you keep prices so low? Instead of volume, 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 these two come up with atmosphere, atmosphere, atmosphere. The plot is simple. A blind woman wakes up with sight after what looks to be some kind of plague that takes everyone's sight. On that simple premise, there is just an amazing amount of tension and intrigue. Audrey Ward, who's the actress, does an excellent job.
I mean, the whole premise of the film of everybody has lost their sight, it seems collectively around the world, and it's kind of like this illness, disease perhaps, that's sweeping the nation, and nobody knows what's going on or what the reasoning is. Obviously, the religious folks are saying it's God punishing us for our sins, and I think that they did a really great job of world building, even though we were kind of inside this one location the entire time, just listening through the radio and getting an idea of things that the world has missed. And it's weirdly close to home because, obviously we're in a global pandemic, and so I think that also adds to the discomfort of it all.
Blinded was dope. That actress was dope. She really carried. For it to be mostly just her, she really, had me invested, yo. And so that shout out to her. Also, I really like what y'all did with the camera, with the filter, with the whatever VFX or whatever lens filtering that you did. I don't know what you did, but that like hazy, like almost dreamlike, like out of focus feeling or like look that you got was really dope. Because it felt motivated. It didn't feel like just aesthetic. It was like also like it matched the feelings and the vibe of the character. I really liked, like, especially when when she's blinded, or when she's or at least partially blinded or whatever, like you couldn't see much, you know what I'm saying? You can only see what the filmmakers wanted us to see, like the radio, like that shot with the radio when it's like a close up of the radio and everything else is out of focus. I really like that type of thing. Really strong choices that are also motivated by stories. So I really want to shout that out. Also, the sound design was excellent and really added to the overall feeling. So
the acting in the film is spectacular, notably the lead, who is so vulnerable with her clouded eyes and who yearns for the old days when people were together and seeing things. The stark lighting of the hallways and the eventual sunlight is very effective, and the radio voices really help to tell the tale. Although the story lists itself at the end as purely fictitious, it does tap into the isolation of COVID. Very suspenseful, frightening ending. Excellent job.
The main character performance is amazing. You can sense her despair and frustration when she's unable to see, and then when she is able to see, it's just the whole face lights up, and it's utterly happy to regain that possibility. They also cleverly used camera angles to avoid the walls in this hallway until she's ready to read the message that's there. The end is so effective in hooking the audience. You want to know more, you want to keep understanding what's out there, what's happening, why it's risky. It's just a great thriller. I would love to keep watching this story.
It has echoes of the pandemic life, except for it's in a new and even more unsettling way because it takes the isolation of it to a whole new level of real individual isolation, not just from others, but from our senses, or from rather one of our most useful senses, our sense of sight. So there is a lot of interesting things going on here, and it really leaves a lasting mark on you that unsettles you for a long while after viewing.